What's going on, Dayo? This is Investors here. So in this video, we are going to be talking about a lot of things that happened last week, all the way from Ukraine versus Russia down to what is coming in the next 2 weeks on the 16th of March, the interest rate hike. We are going to be talking about all of these things. And also on Tuesday, Bionano Genomics is set to report their 2021 financial results. Okay, they will finally tell us what they plan to do in 2022, how many Sapphire devices they are planning to install. Just last year, they told us that their plan is to make sure that they increase the install base of the Sapphire device to about 150, and they did that and of course broke the record. Okay, they installed over 150. I mean, they increased the installed base to about 164. So this year during the earnings call, let's see what they are going to target. Maybe they are targeting over 200 devices, installed base or not. We are going to be seeing that. Also in this video, I want to share some information with you guys about the financial situation of Bionano Genomics, because a lot of you guys are worried that they have increased the bond rate. Okay, they have spent more than 50 million US dollars in 2021 alone. We are going to be taking a look at all those things so that I can prepare you guys for what is coming on Tuesday. Right here, this is what the earnings consensus is more or less like. Consensus EPS for the fourth quarter of 2021 is minus 6 cents. Okay, and historically, Bionano Genomics is used to coming in and reporting about minus 7 cents. That is what they reported in the second quarter of 2021, and then in the third quarter they reported minus 7 cents once again, and missing the estimate. So this time, investors are expecting them to report minus 6 cents. We are going to see what they will report or not. I want to also remind you guys that Bionano Genomics revenue is growing, okay, quarter over quarter, year over year. There was an analyst on CNBC that shared this opinion about the situation of the market, why now is a good time to invest, why he believes a massive rally is coming. That is going to be the last video, okay. So right after the intro, we are going to be taking a look at all of these things. What up investors? It's your boy Dayo. Welcome to Frunkla Investment, where I talk about Bionano Genomics on a daily basis. From Sunday to Sunday, I try to post at least one video. If you would love to learn more about Bionano Genomics, this channel is for you, okay? Feel free to subscribe to this channel, join other members of Bionano Genomics, those that are also invested in this company, and come here on a daily basis to learn more about their investment in this company. Whatever I show you in this video is just for educational purpose only. The financial market is a very dangerous place and you can lose a lot of money. Always do your own due diligence. Don't sue me, bro. Let's get to it. So we are going to be starting from Yahoo Finance like always. Stocks shares of Bionano Genomics closed at 2.10 US dollars on Friday. Just yesterday, it was down tiny bit, okay, like not even up to -1. So we more or less closed where we started, okay. If you take a look at the 5 days, I mean, we closed green, which of course is a very good thing. I mean, you would think that Bngo was going to go below 1 US dollars. On Thursday we saw the share price of Bngo opening around 1.63 US dollars, and then we closed above 2 US dollars on Thursday. Then on Friday, we opened almost around the same level and closed almost around the same level. What caused that massive sell-off on Thursday was because Russia invaded Ukraine. And you guys have to understand that the market loves certainty, okay. The market wants to be sure of what is going on. Uncertainty is a very bad thing for the market. Whenever there is uncertainty, over the past few days, like I don't know, 10 days, the market, we have been seeing all this news about Russia about to attack Ukraine, blah blah blah, and the market has been, it was selling off heavily. But once the news broke that Russia has invaded Ukraine, that was why we opened with a cap down, then we closed very, very positive, okay. I mean, not just Bionano Genomics, several stocks out there also closed positively. So the market always loves to know what exactly is going on, and you guys have to understand that the market is always right. Now there is something I want to share with you guys in this video, so let's just dive right into it. There is an article from Simply Wall Street, okay. The title says, companies like Bionano Genomics are in a position to invest in growth. But the thing I want to share with you guys in this article is not what they spoke about growth. I just want to show you guys some key points. If you take a look at this part, for example, does Bionano Genomics have a long cash runway? Because a lot of you guys are worried that Bngo burn rate is very big, and you are scared that at one point Bionano Genomics is going to run out of cash. But if you take a look at these, Now, if you take a look at this, you guys can easily see that BNGO, as at September 2021, Bionano Genomics had cash of $326 million and no debt. Okay, looking at the last year, the company burned through $59 million, so it had a cash run of about 5.5 years from September 2021. So BNGO still have enough money to burn, okay, for the next 5 years. If they have, I already shared this information with you guys tons of time, okay. If they have over $300 million according to their earnings report from the third quarter of 2021, you guys have to understand that we have enough money to burn to run this business for at least next 4 years, in my opinion. And of course, if the stock price goes higher, okay, in the next 3 to 4 years, I believe they can use that opportunity, okay, to raise some fund, okay. So if you take a look at this is more or less the graph of the debt. BNGO has zero debt right now, no debt, okay. We have paid everything, and we still have enough cash, you know, to run through all this craziness that is presently going on in the stock market. And so that's more or less what I want to share with you guys. And this another one, Bionano Genomics. Look at that, guys. Bionano Genomics cash burn of $59 million is about 11% of it. $535 million market cap, okay, market capitalization. So we are burning around 11%, because the reason why this is, how hard would it be for Bionano Genomics to raise more cash for growth? So we still have enough room if we decide to raise money, even right now, even though the CEO already said, you know, during one of the earnings call last year that they don't plan to raise any money, okay. But still, if they want to raise money, they still have enough room to raise money, because right now we are burning about 11% of the market cap as at Friday closing, I believe. So let's go to the next one. All right, guys, so last year I made this video right here last year, okay. As you guys can see, I was showing you guys some of the institutional ownership of Bionano Genomics, and that is what I want to talk about. You know, back then in 2000, okay, you guys can see from the filing from the 1st of January 2021, these are the 3G filings of BNGO, and most of all these companies, you know, there is no even BlackRock. You cannot see BlackRock, okay. You have the likes of Hudson Bay Capital Management LP with the highest, you know, they used to own about 7% of Bionano Genomics, guys. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Even LC Fund VILP owned about 18.7%, and Wealth Strategy 15%. But right now, all these guys are nowhere to be found. We now have the likes of, you know, BlackRock, the likes of Vanguard controlling BNGO right now, the highest shareholder of Bionano Genomics. Now, another thing I would love to share with you guys is this image right here that I put together yesterday. So this one was copied from the video. I'm going to leave the link below, should in case you guys want to watch it. That video I made it, you know, last year, February 4th of last year. That is when I made that video, which of course received over 6,000 views. Now, if you take a look at this, this is the situation of the institutional ownership of Bionano Genomics back in 2020. Okay, we used to have about institutional owners, you know, 48, just 48 institutional owners of Bionano Genomics, guys, and they used to own about 15.2 million shares, which was of course about 9.9% of the company back then. But you know, right now, BNGO, if you take a look at forward to 2022, we now have about 274 institutional owners of BNGO long, okay, and of course some of them are long and short. And now we have the share outstanding, and institutional shares, you know, they own about 83.1 million shares of BNGO, okay. This used to be just 15.2 million shares. Now it is 83.1 million shares. That is a lot. You guys have to understand that if you are selling the shares of this company, we have a lot of tools out there that are ready to buy everything, okay. It used to be about 9.9%, about 10% tooth ownership of BNGO, but right now it is approaching 30%, guys. 30%, okay. That is over more than 100% increment. Now, if you take a look at the share outstanding of BNGO, okay, this was back before they raised the money that they raised last year, which is of course what is presently helping the company to, you know, to invest in the growth of the business. So they used to own about, the outstanding shares used to be about 153 million, so they doubled it to almost, you know, 300 million shares outstanding. And right now, that is of course why BNGO was able to raise money, diluting some shares, and right now that is what it is helping the company company to avoid bankruptcy. Okay, if not, I believe the stock price of Bngo would be trading almost God knows when, right now, maybe in 5 cents or 10 cents. So let's go to the next one. So tomorrow you guys should be expecting, I mean on Monday, these are the earnings earning releases for Monday, most anticipated earnings releases for the week beginning February 28th, 2022. So on Monday you guys have, before the market opens, Berkshire Hathaway, of course, Warren Buffett company, they are going to be reporting. Then we have Lordstown, and so on and so forth. Then right here, once the market closes, we have the likes of Zoom, the likes of Lucid, the likes of Blink, HP. They are going to be reporting their earnings. Most of all these companies right here, they fall under S&P 500 and of course under Dow Jones. Nasdaq, was 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, and some companies, they also reported their earnings last week. So if you take a look at on Tuesday, that is of course when we have Bionano Genomics. Immediately the market closes, Bngo is expected to report their earnings, and then we are going to have the earnings call about 30 minutes after the market closes. And on Tuesday, of course, we also have the likes of AMC. We're talking about Diamond Hands, the Habes. They are also going to be reporting their earnings on Tuesday. So Tuesday is a very, very important day for we retail investors. Okay, we also have the likes of SoFi, the likes of Salesforce, the likes of Wish. They are all going to be reporting on Tuesday. But before the market opens on Tuesday, we have Target, Workhorse, we have Baidu, and we have Coal and Domino's, and so on and so forth. So on Wednesday, we have the likes of ChargePoint, and once the market closes, and we have the likes of Viva, Victoria's Secret. And then on Thursday, we have, before the market opens, we have Best Buy, and we have Kroger, we have Toro, and so on and so forth. And then once the market closes on Thursday, we have Costco. Okay, Costco is also one of the big ones out there. Then of course we have Evofem, and then we have Gap, and we have Marvel, and so on and so forth. Then on Friday, finally, before the market opens, we have these small companies right here: CLPS, Great Batch, and so on. So Tuesday is the day that we Bionanians have to watch out for. Okay, Bngo is finally going to be reporting their earnings. The most anticipated earnings of Bionano Genomics, in my opinion, is going to happen on Tuesday. Okay, because last year was a very, very busy year for Bngo. They raised money, they broke record revenue, record installation of the Sapphire device, record sales of the consumables. They have increased their headcount about 34% in the past 6 months alone. So we have all these record breaking things for Bionano Genomics in 2021. And these earnings calls, I believe this chief business officer is going to be present, and the chief financial officer, of course, is going to be present. And then we are going to be hearing from Dr. Eric Holmlin, the CEO of Bionano Genomics, telling us what they plan to do in 2022. Let's go to the next page. So this right here is where we're going to end this video. I want you guys to listen to what this gentleman has to say about the situation of the stock market, why he expects to see a sharp rally in this month, okay, in the next month, and so on and so forth. So check this out, guys.
Eric, I want to ask you about hedging in this current environment, because that was a key topic of conversation throughout the day today here at CNBC. Looking at what the market did today, what would you recommend investors do to protect their portfolios at this point in time?
Well, I think at this point in time, we actually think we're going to see a sharp rally from here over the course of the next month. And we saw part of it that today. We've been negative for the last 6-7 weeks since the S&P was around 4,700, and today we actually pivoted and turned tactically bullish. And so I think for those that are looking to put hedges on, I would be waiting for higher prices, because you're probably going to get a situation where right now vol is still very pumped up, and I think you're going to be able to put on reset hedges and put on hedges at higher prices and lower volatility levels. The market seeing the event around Russia and Ukraine is now sort of behind us. And although there's a lot more to play out, we now have the answer around what the invasion is going to look like, what the sanctions are going to look like. And I think the actual impact on the global economy is actually going to be not that material over time. And so I think this will become something that the market is going to sort of look past over the course of the next week.
That's going to be interesting, especially given that we do have a Powell testimony in the next week. And I wonder whether you think he's going to argue that this does complicate accommodation removal or maybe exacerbates inflationary or stagflationary pressures. Does the street have a directional bet on that?
So right now, the market is pricing in just over 25 bips for March. My view is that it's going to be 25 bips, and that when he does testify, he's going to allude to that. And I think prior to the Ukraine-Russia situation, I would have told you that was likely the case. I think this just adds more sort of fuel to him really wanting to be more methodical and thinking that there's no reason to go 50 bips. There's a CPI report the following week, which will clearly be very, very important. But before that, I think the takeaway from his testimony is that we're going to be going 25, and he's going to be methodical. And although this, if anything, this situation does cause sort of more inflation on the margin, I think it'll really be a negligible long-term effect on inflation. And by the way, my view on inflation is that it's going to remain very high for the entire year, and over the course of the year, it's going to be a problem. But I think talking about right here, right now, this incremental piece of information, it's not going to change the Fed's outlook that much right now.
All right, guys, so that is it for today. So remember to smash the like button because you are one of the sponsors of this video, okay? And of course, if you are not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. If it helps me to come here on a daily basis, knowing that you guys are out there waiting for my content on a daily basis. And of course, we are all in this together. And remember, whatever I show you guys on this channel, okay, you can easily apply the same knowledge to other stocks, okay? Even though I always talk about Bionano Genomics, you can easily, learn how to analyze other companies using the same methods that we share on this channel on a daily basis. And consider becoming a member of the channel because I'm going to be sharing tons of other videos that I don't plan to make public. It's going to be private just for the channel members only. So consider subscribing, becoming a member. It costs about 99 cents to become a member of the channel. I remain your boy Dayo. See you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.